Stan Medina here, Collisionpreneur, the fastest growing coaching channel for technicians looking to transition over into owners. I'm gonna give you a little screenshot of this training we just did. If you're struggling like with trying to figure out a flow for your shop, you know, maybe you have guys that are they're overlapping, right? What that means overlapping is like, let's just say you have a guy that usually answers the phone and does estimates, but you have someone else also doing that. So it's called overlap, right? And whenever you can identify overlap and get everybody kind of in their correct lanes, it's gonna make production a lot faster. But I wanted to talk to you real quick about a video that one of my buddies just posted about his recent success with transitioning over into an owner. And so quick story is he got, his parents owned a shop. He started working with their shop, and like a lot of veteran shops and a lot of shops that have been around for a long time, they're not very tech savvy, or they're not really liking to change a lot of systems. They're not even liking systems. They're not even liking change in general, right? So a lot of times they stay stuck in their ways. So he decided that he's like, you know what, Stan, like I'm just gonna open my own shop, you know, because just the information that you've gave me over the last couple of months, you know, I've learned a lot about the industry, and I feel confident enough to transition over into an actual owner, right? So he started working with a real estate agent to try to find him a vacant warehouse to lease out, right? A couple months went by, maybe 2 or 3 months, and he calls me. He says, "Hey Stan, I found a shop, and I'm actually gonna sign the lease this week." And I said, "Okay, awesome." I said, "Tell me a little bit about the place." And so, being that I also have experience in owning commercial property and how to buy commercial property, because we went through that process ourselves. I said, give me the property address. I did some evaluation on the property, and I looked up. You know, we kind of did a skip trace, figure out who the owner was, figure out the history of the building. Turns out the owner had bought that building maybe about 20 years ago, and he always had trouble renting the building out and finding a tenant to stay long term. So that's what that means, is that owner is probably tired of dealing with renters already, right? I said, "Hey, you know what? Let's do this." I said, "Before you sign that lease, let me draw up an offer, and maybe we can purchase the building from him." And so he's like, "Stan, there's no way I can purchase the building. I haven't even been in business 1 year. You know, I don't have no business taxes. I don't have no business credit. There's no way that's possible." He's like, "My credit's good, but I don't have no business relationships, no banking relationships to make that big of a purchase." Okay, this is a pretty, you know, big purchase, you know, maybe $250,000. And I said, "Let me write it up. Let's negotiate with the owner and see what happens." Okay, turns out we actually got him to seller finance him the building. And let me tell you the most, I mean, this thing gets better and better and better, right? But he didn't have to put any money down, no money down. I think he paid about $1,500 in closing costs at the title company, but that's about it. So he was able to lock in a building. And the reason why I told him this is important, because look, if you're gonna open a new shop, remember, you have to get a paint booth, you have to get a compressor, you have to get electrical updates, right? You have to do all these, you know, hard upgrades to the property, that if you have to move out in 5 or 6 years, that you can't take those things with you. For example, if you buy a $20,000 paint booth and you set it up into that shop that you're leasing, and you don't have a solid lease agreement in place, or you don't have something long-term set in place, and you have to move in the next 5 years or 10 years, you can't take that booth with you, because they're throwaways. Paint booths are basically throwaways, because when you assemble them, they're like fixed they're usually fixed to the property. The electrical is hardwired in. It's very hard to move those things unless you have a portable paint booth, but you don't want that if you're gonna, you know, try to scale and grow a reputable business, right? So look, anyway, long story short, he got with our coaching. We coached him through learning how to set up processes in the shop that he was at with his parents. We taught him how to deal with finances. We taught him how to market to make sure that we're getting leads in. But most importantly is, like, we got him to lock in on that building. And that building is not only a major win for him, but it's also a personal asset that he can hold on to. So just think about this. Just think if he's in business for 15 years, right? The shop is paid off. Now he can lease that building out and have a pass flow income. So he always has that option, right? But anyway, like, reach out to me. Links in the bio. Send me a text, DM. Says, hey man, I'm ready. Just send me something, man. If you're interested in looking how we can scale your business or take you to the next level. Later, man.